Okay, we're live now. We're going to get started with this webinar, Dotcomify my small business. And I'm Kurt Clapier. I apologize now for my voice. I hope you can all understand me and hear me clearly. There'll be some people that will come in late, but I'm also going to make this available pre-recorded because some people told me they couldn't get on today, but they really wanted to hear it. So I'm going to make it available to those of you who have registered afterwards. What we're going to talk about today is what I call the 3-pillar success system. I was on Facebook the other day watching a video of a friend of mine on there. Her name is Diane, and she had posted a video where she talked about expose, involve, and upgrade. And these are the basic principles, the basic pillars of successfully marketing any business. You have to expose your prospect, then involve them, and then upgrade them or get them to make a purchase. So that's what we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to show you a system as to how to do it. Can everybody hear me? Okay, it looks like it's working, so we're going to go on. Now, a little bit about myself. My name is Kurt, and this is me. My background, most of my professional experience before getting into web marketing is in video production. That's what I graduated from college in, was video production. And here's me in the middle, about to kiss my woman. And here's our little girl, Hayani, who is 3 weeks old today. Today's her birthday. So that's a little bit about me. I got into web marketing because I saw that video production was going to have a hard time with today's economy, and it is. So I saw video production a part of my business, but I thought, you know what? I need to learn how to web market, not only for video business, but to create some additional streams of revenue. So that's what I did, and luckily, so far, I haven't had to go work the graveyard at Walmart yet. So not that there's anything wrong with that, but if I can find a way to create the revenue I need without doing that, I will gladly do so. So that's a little bit about me. And like I said, there are 3 pillars of success in any business from a marketing standpoint, that is. You have to expose, you have to involve, and then you have to upgrade the potential customer, client, or prospect. So expose, we're not going to spend much time on expose today. But expose simply means to get the word out. It's advertising, it's cold calling, it's driving traffic, whatever it is, it just means to get the word out. So you want to expose people to your business as much as possible. There's various means to do that I'm not going to get into in this webinar. Then the second pillar, you need to involve. Why do we need to involve? We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about how to involve potential customers or prospects offline, and we're going to also talk about how to involve them online. And since most of the people watching this webinar are small brick and mortar businesses, most of them aren't online businesses per se, we're going to talk about how to integrate the two, how to integrate the offline world with the online world to drive more revenues to your bottom line. So, moving forward, let's talk about why you would want to involve people. Again, in this webinar, you need to start thinking outside the box. Let me back up, and before I tell you about YouTube, I want to tell you a quick story. I was on the phone with my friend yesterday, a good friend of mine from college, and he is in pharmaceutical sales. It's been a good career for him thus far, but he foresees that because of the way the industry is changing, that in the not too distant future, pharmaceutical sales reps will become dinosaurs. And for various reasons that he explained to me. And so he decided that he needed to think outside the box and prepare for that. So he's gone back to school to become a pharmacist because the drug industry is always going to thrive. And so that's what he's doing. So I invite you, as you listen to this webinar, to start thinking outside of the box. I coach wrestling. I've wrestled since I was 4 years old, and I haven't competed for several years, but now I coach high school wrestlers. And there are a lot of wrestling coaches, and I also see this in other sports I'm involved with, but there are a lot of wrestling coaches that are great men or women, but they are old school. And wrestling is an evolving sport. I have some wrestlers listening to this webinar and or will be listening to this webinar. They couldn't get on right now. But wrestling is an evolving sport. I quit competing about 9 years ago, and it has changed dramatically just in those 9 years. So when you have wrestling coaches or baseball coaches or football coaches who quit competing 40 years ago or 50 years ago or 30 years ago, and they're still teaching the exact same things that they used to do, they are missing a lot of the success they could be having because they have not evolved. They don't think outside of the box. Okay? I bring that up because if we're going to succeed and thrive in today's economy, it's up to us. Don't count on the government bailing us out. They've dug too big of a hole, and it's up to us to do it individually and collectively as small businesses. And that is one of the main purposes of these webinars, is to help small businesses to create more revenue and create more jobs. And that's the way that I believe that this economy is going to get better. It's not going to be because the government writes another $1 trillion of stimulus checks. Okay? Now, why do we want to involve our prospective clients or customers? I'm going to talk to you about YouTube. Everybody hangs out on YouTube. I don't know anybody who doesn't like YouTube. Okay? I love YouTube, although there's certain things I would change about it dramatically, but that's not the point. YouTube started out, a couple of college kids, a couple of nerds got together and they said, let's make a site where people for free can post crummy videos. And then we'll let people write comments underneath like, you are gay and this is retarded, underneath the videos. And that was their idea. And obviously, I'm being slightly cynical. That wasn't how they would have dreamed it up, but 90% of what's on YouTube is crummy videos, and 90% of the comments that are on YouTube are vulgarities. I refer to YouTube and some blogs, I refer to them as the virtual public restroom stall door. And if you've ever sat in a high school locker room bathroom stall, and looked at the door, you'll know what I'm talking about. For manly love, call James, or whatever vulgarities they write on there, and swear words, and you name it. And that is what, unfortunately, a lot of social media has turned into, although there's great uses for social media, and we're going to teach you how to use that in building your business. But despite the downsides to YouTube, these two college geeks created YouTube.